Matthew 21:29. He answered and said, I will not. But afterward he regretted it and went. Last week we talked about the problem of saying no to God. This week we will look at saying yes to God. In this week's verse, the first son outright says no. Now, this wasn't a simple no. This was an emphatic no, as in, nope, not going to, absolutely not. What about the word no don't you understand? This is a response I'm ashamed to admit was a part of my vocabulary when talking with the Lord about His calling me to pastoral ministry. Like the first son, I was adamant about my no, as in, not happening. I knew far too well what was expected of pastors, and I didn't want any part of that. I was already serving on the church board at the time, and for those who don't like long board meetings, well, that wasn't my home church. Sometimes meetings went all the way until 11 p.m. No thank you, I told the Lord. But finally, at a certain point in the conversation, after wrestling with God for 2 weeks, I finally said yes. Now, I don't know your experience, but saying yes to God is a most liberating experience. First, God didn't make me say yes to being a pastor. I could have ignored His arguments and logic and favored mine as superior instead. 2, yes can be infectious. Our yeses should be an encouragement for others to be bold in telling God yes too. The added benefit is the more I say yes, the easier it is to follow the Lord's will in my life, especially when it comes to turning sin over into the hands of Jesus. Ultimately, saying yes to God means I'm saying, yes, none of my problems are too big for you. Yes, not just a part of my life is yours, but all of it. Yes, I delight in your words and seek to follow them all the days of my life. Over time, our yeses establish a life in which to say no sounds as so awkward it doesn't even sound like it's us speaking. Like the thief on the cross, we say yes, Jesus is Lord and Savior, even though the evidence seems quite scant. The best course of action when God asks is to say, yes, Lord, here I am. Maranatha,